I think just getting the ball to my playmakers is something that I've been better at since week one. And then also just continue to emphasize the little things. Just as a person, I think that's what set us back in the past and continuing to set us back. That's just something that we got to fix right now.
Do you feel like an example, or one or two examples maybe of the little things?
Just within practice, practicing the way that we need to play, something that we preach, and I think that's going to end up carrying over for us in the game.
Do you feel like you played with more decisiveness this past week? And if so, like, was that game plan, knowing the edge rushers, or what was behind it?
I just think every week I get better at it, so whether the stat sheet says it or the score says it or not. I just think I know I'm getting better at something little every week that I got to get to be my best. And also I just think the emphasis on doing what the players want to do, not only from my standpoint, but the receivers, the routes that they're good at running, the offensive line helping them out a lot. So I think a lot goes into it.
Did you go into that game thinking, I'm going to look for a couple chances to take off here, or what changed about the situations where you didn't run?
Really nothing. Get a chance to step up, go get a couple yards to get down. So Houston's a team that, a lot of quarterbacks just end up having good rushing, just stats on just because, how they rush to get out of gaps sometimes and they give you a hole to go run.
What do you feel like the identity of this offense is, and what do you want it to be going forward?
I think the identity of us is physicality, especially from the O-line. I think they bring that consistently in and out of games. And I just think what our identity has to be going for from not only now but for the future is physicality. It has to be an emphasis on it just on the perimeter. From myself, from the receiver standpoint, we got to match that physicality that the O-line sets every time.
How do you factor in if the identity is physicality? What can you do in a physical offense?
Just getting the urgency level going from the first play. In and out the huddle, the play calls in to the guys fast. They're just us playing at a fast pace.
What do you see from Seattle defensively, from being able to rush the passer or provide pressure? And how do you think you've done maybe handling that as the weeks have gone by?
I think they're real talented. All those guys up front. They do a lot of games, especially in third down. But it's a talented group. They really don't need a lot of blitzes to get pressure on the quarterback. So I just got to be decisive, get the ball out, and help the O-line out.
You think you've been getting better at that, recognizing things more just from practices and games?
Yeah, I think I got better every week, especially going versus our defense, a similar style what Seattle does. So I think it's going to be able to help us.
Did you feel the need to address the penalty stuff from last game at all additionally, or is it just kind of a turn-the-page situation?
It's kind of both. We address it in practice. We try not to let it carry over to the game. So it's really more of us being locked into the cadence, then jumping off the ball and having a good play.
Cam, you talked a lot about before the season about continuity and how important that was going to be for you. And obviously now there's been a coaching change, and as you look ahead, how much do you think you're dealing with now in the system is going to be able to carry over? And I know you don't know who the next guy is going to be, but how much do you think that carries over?
I think a lot of it's going to carry over. A lot of people in the NFL, even throughout my pre-draft process, run a lot of same similar concepts. A lot of people have the same names for the concept. So I think whoever we end up getting as the head coach and as the play caller, it won't be a big change for a lot of us rookies just because we have a season under our belt. Now it'll be more learning, the nuances of, his terminology and then just playing fast.
Do you have a preference on who or what type of coach you would want to work with offensively moving forward?
Really a coach who's going to demand the most out of, not only myself, but the whole offense and team in general. Someone who's going to run the ball efficiently, someone who's going to put the ball in my hand.
A lot of times, like when you look at the formula for a young quarterback, they say marry the rushing attack to a guy like yourself. I know you guys don't necessarily have that, but when you have a solid run attack, like how much does that help you as a quarterback?
No, I think when we have a solid run game, it helps, the quarterback, myself, is going to help me out a lot just because just from looks-wise, whether it's play action, bootleg, the defense is going to sink back a lot, especially post-snap, freaking out. And I think that's a lot of times where we can get the ball to the back, get it to Tony in space, and let him meet. And I just think the run game is always going to be, beneficial. It's a standpoint where the O-line can come off the ball and hit somebody, and then just from a play-action standpoint, we'll be good at it.
Cam, I had two questions on Kansas City plays. One, I guess first was, what made you change that play where it ended up being a wheel route? What made you think that would be successful there?
Just something that I've seen all week on film that I know we'll end up hitting on. And I mean, Mason, he got the check. He made a good play. He made a great catch for me.
Second, I guess, the one that was further down the right sideline. Did you think he was headed more towards the sideline than coming back towards the middle of the field on that one?
I just got to throw the ball on his chest, honestly. I shouldn't have drilled it at him like I did. So, you know, I really just got to put it on his chest. He's wide open.
Cam, with some of the injuries in the receiving corps, do you maybe spend a little bit extra time at practice or in meetings talking with guys to make sure you're on the same page moving forward?
Yes, ma'am. Everybody, no matter whether you're on the active roster or you practice squad, you can get called up at any time. So we all got to be on the same page. And we meet every day consistently. We throw every day consistently. So even with the new guys we just signed, I try to get a lot of reps with those guys compared to guys I already throw with, just because you never know who's going to be playing there.
Feel like this might be the week we see your buddy Restrepo?
I mean, we're going to see, man. I mean, I know A7 going to be ready. I got chemistry with him, so, you know, if he get a shot this week, you know, I make sure, you know, he'll know what to do, and if he get the ball, he's going to show y'all what he can do.
How much has chemistry mattered as a rookie? We talked so much about it in the preseason, developing those chemistry with the receivers. Does it matter as much as he thought it would, or is it maybe a little bit overplayed?
No, it matters a lot. And I had chemistry with every receiver in my past, from high school all the way to every stop I made in college. And it's because it's more of a freelance we can play with. I don't care how you run the route. If I know you're going to be there at this time, when I'm at this point in my drop, the ball's coming your way. And we have that here. The only bad thing is just the injuries that we dealt with. You kind of lose chemistry on guys just because they get called up and you ain't got a lot of reps. So that's something that you got to get in practice.
Cam, a lot of the guys, yourself included, say, hey, we can play better than this. We are better than this after some of the losses. At this point in the season, can you unlock that next better level of play, and how can you do that as a unit?
Yeah, we can unlock that, and we should have been unlocked it by now. But that's something that we got to continue to unlock every week, and especially for us rookies. We got an offense, really one of the youngest in the league, and we don't make it as an excuse, but we got to continue to harp on the little things, because that's the things that's been getting us beat on offense. And it's an exciting, you know, journey every week. You get a chance to play somebody new and play a new scheme, play new defensive guys. But at the end of the day, football is never going to change. You got to be able to be physical. You got to be able to throw the ball consistently and run the ball consistently.
I know you and Shador worked out a lot together in the offseason, and of course your names were associated with one another leading up to the draft. What do you think of him, I guess, getting his chance at last, and the fact that he's starting his first game? Do you guys still keep in touch at all?
Yeah, I'm excited for him to finally get a chance, you know, do what he loves. I know he's going to be ready for it. Cleveland got them a good one, so, you know, it's gonna be a good game this week for him. But, you know, I'm excited for him.
Appreciate you.
Thanks, Cam.
Thank you.
Thanks.